Hey guys, somebody in the comments brought up the issue about the chart. Okay, uh, I've every debate that I've been in, I've asked people to challenge the chart. I understand that the chart that I use to explain salvation and sanctification and other words in the Bible may not necessarily be biblical. And what I mean by may not necessarily be biblical is the chart reflects my observations. And if my observations are not correct, then the chart is not correct. But this is the thing. The chart is based on observations of grammatical tense. The chart goes beyond grammatical tense. The chart is based on observations based on syntax. The chart goes beyond syntax. The chart is based on what is called action chart. In other words, how the lexical meaning, how the syntax, as well as the pragmatic effect of the word is being used in a given passage. The chart goes beyond grammar, syntax, and action chart, and it also accounts for verbal aspect. Verbal aspect is viewpoint, okay? Whether it's viewed as imperfective or perfective or stative or other aspects like that. What camera angles being going on. The chart goes beyond grammar, syntax, action chart, verbal aspect, and even takes into consideration discourse analysis, as well as speech act theory. The chart goes beyond all of those things, and it accounts for the fact that when you're evaluating a lexicon, which is just a fancy word for a dictionary, that those people have determined the semantic domain or the semantic range of a word based on their study of the appearances of the word within the Bible and sometimes without outside of the Bible. And as a result of this, what this means is that they have made little glosses and descriptions of accounting wherever that occurs. Now, to quote a lexicon is not the end of an argument. All the lexicon is saying is how that lexicographer has viewed that passage in that particular way. The benefit of a chart, whether you use it in English or any language, is you're considering the possibilities. These possibilities are based off of past, present, and future. Not necessarily grammatically. It includes all the other things that I mentioned in this video. Hey, Jeremy, I'm fixing going to work, but I need to explain this. So it accounts for all of that information. And what this does, this is the beautiful thing about the chart. Regardless of whether you have no understanding of Greek, or if you're even not good at English, like I'm not good at English, as you can tell. I don't speak English very well, right? That's how you're supposed to say it. Even if you don't have that, what you do have is you have the ability to run a word, any word, whether in the Bible or a concept, through the chart to consider the possibilities. Then narrow them down by probabilities. And so what this allows you to do, it allows you to think beyond the lexicon. It allows you to think beyond the commentaries that you're reading. Some of them will come to the same conclusions, but guess what? They've never ran every single word through the chart. So you got one or two options, and I brought these up in debates. You can either refute the chart or learn to use the chart. It's easier if you learn to use the chart. If you want to modify the chart, fine. Present your chart versus mine. All a chart does is demonstrate how I'm seeing, hey Doki, all a chart does is demonstrate how I see the text. Okay? And consider the process. It's a Bible study step. It's in harmony with the mission statement for the Layman Seminary, which is teaching Christians how to study and share their Bible with others. To study, that's the observation, interpretation, application, correlation aspect of things. I said those in different order, but y'all get my point. The articulation, share it with others, deals with that aspect. The chart helps you with both. It helps me study for myself, process complex information, and at the same time do that. All you have to do is memorize 3 words. Or actually 3 pictures. A dot, a broken line, and a dot with a straight line. Okay? All you have to do is think in terms of past, present, and future if that wants to get you started. If you want to go spirit, soul, body. If you want to talk about you're born into this world and then you got to grow up and then you die. How can you say the chart's not biblical whenever it's based on life itself? We live in time, space, and matter. Okay? And the chart is built off of all of that. And you say, what about matter? Well, the fact is that matter deals with the temporal realm, so it does relate. But anyway, my point is that use the chart, because whenever I pull up a Logos word to study it, you'll see a ring showing semantic domain, a range of meaning, possibilities. That's reflecting the lexicons and all that. The chart allows you to do all of that without you having to have all that technical software. So learn 3 words: position, experience, or ultimate. Or you know what? If you come up with better words, vertical, horizontal, and vertical, or position, practice, and perfection, there's all kinds of variations of it that are used across Christianity. I just believe that position, experience, and ultimate, in most cases, there's always exceptions, in most cases clarifies things more than anything else. The issue is that what happens at initial faith has certain results that are different than what happens with continual faith. Initial faith results in you receiving a multifaceted gift. Continual faith results in you receiving rewards. Not the same thing. One is a gift, another one is earned. Okay? And that's just the simplest aspect of those things. Now, as I'm approaching, I got 2 more minutes before I need to start going in for work. The other thing I want to mention is, my debate is on the 19th with Andrew Griffin of the House of Gryffindor, right? Not Sean Griffin. We already have addressed him. But remember, we did a switch. Andrew Griffin had contacted me. He's underneath Unitarian Apologetics. So he's a Unitarian. And he said, hey, if you debate me on John 1:1, I'll debate you on free grace. And we had an interaction on gospel truth. And I wasn't even sure until I went back and looked that was the same person. But then I remembered the hat and stuff. But anyway, my point is that what's so frustrating, both to me and to the people that watch the debates, is that when people are debating me, it's like they're learning free grace in real time. It's like they don't know the position they're debating against. And so I'm having to educate in certain areas. Trust me, I love to educate. But it's hard when you're underneath that little bit of time to teach people something underneath the gun like that. And that's why I teach through my debate prep videos as well as my after show videos. And so all the charting with Janet videos that we've been doing, that's all debate prep. All the stuff I've been doing is still debate prep. I immerse myself into all this. But at the same time, as I'm fixing to debate Andrew Griffin, I recognize this is not his strong area, And so I'm going to be taking a different approach, an approach that may upset some free grace people in this debate. But my goal is to get different views out there for people to evaluate, because we got to get people talking about views. Because the only challenges that I'm really getting are challenges within free grace, not by opponents that are think they understand free grace, that end up learning about free grace in the midst of the debate. They do challenge me in preparation and to work on articulation. Hey, Rachel. But it's not the same thing as what free gracers challenge me with. I get challenged within my seminary by my professors. I get challenged by my peers. I get challenged by the different tribes within free grace and all of that stuff. And I'd get challenged with the personality conflicts, about how do we help people navigate the free grace camp without falling into tribalism and cannibalism. I get challenged in a lot of areas of growth and stuff like that. So I'm grateful for that. But at the same time, I'm going to take a different approach. And some of y'all are not going to understand that. But I think it's necessary because people need to be exposed to what is out there within the range of free grace. Just like the chart helps you think about the possibilities, I want my debates to help people think about the possibilities. Now, there's going to be people out there to rule out those possibilities, and please do that. If you can take a weak argument within free grace and demolish it, please do it. Make my job easy. And you know what? If you could demolish anything that's false within free grace, or maybe even demolish free grace, please do it. Make my life easier. There's more things that I could focus on. So if you want to take something down or refute it, please do it. Whether it's informal debate, discussion, through videos, whatever it is, please make my life a lot easier. Because then I could say, you know what? I've narrowed down these things. This is why this doesn't work. This is why this doesn't follow. And then people have my journey on YouTube to show why I eliminated those options. But at first of all, I got to expose those options. And you know what? There's going to come a time when people within free grace are debating me. Okay? And that's all right. As long as it generates research, as long as it helps develop explanatory power, I'm all for it. And I want y'all to understand that about my channel. My channel is primarily inductive. That means everything on the channel is preliminary and tentative, meaning I can change my mind based on the evidence. And you know what? You can too. That's the beautiful thing about the layman seminary. I want you to understand a methodology and a process, even if we come to different conclusions. And so with that said, I need to go in for work. But thank y'all. God bless.